Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This report is astonishingly quite sad, but it's also astonishingly quite hilarious. It would seem as though Meghan Markle's head has swelled beyond repair and she has now turned into a moaning modern day mother. It sounds as though Meghan Markle is sick and tired of interacting with her own son and pretty much wants to get him into some kind of daycare or nursery setting as soon as possible. Meghan Markle has conveyed nothing but self-interest. She definitely hasn't ever acted in the interests of her baby Archie. Otherwise, we would have seen more evidence of that. Cutting him off from all of his British, English, traditional practices and his British English family is one of the biggest mistakes I think she could have ever made. Archie is now desperately, it would seem, lonely, not functioning as quickly as she intended for him to flourish. We all saw during that what was meant to be a happy birthday Archie video, which was used as a marketing ploy to promote her and Harry's self-interests, that she was forcing him to read the book Duck Rabbit, which wasn't engaging enough for him, and he was clearly too young and not very gripped by the simpleness of the book, the colours, the lack of vibrancy. He reached during the video for another book and she said, oh no, we're gonna read this one. It wasn't even about him. You would think that on his birthday he'd be able to read whatever book he wants to read, but no. So it seems as though Meghan believes that 1-year-olds should be talking, walking and acting like adults. Because let's face it, Meghan Markle is an extremely impatient person. She has moaned to her friends, who are conveniently leaking to the media as usual, about the way in which Archie doesn't have anyone to play with. Well, whose fault is that? Archie has an extensive family on Harry's side. On your side, he could have had an extensive family, but you cut everybody off, you cut everyone out. Now all he has, it seems, is adults. Her, she's hardly ever there. Harry, who I doubt very much is interacting with him that much. And the nanny. We know that Meghan Markle has a low tolerance and she doesn't mince her words. And as a result, she claims that Archie is suffering at the hands of her care. So I'm going to get into this article. Meghan says she's too famous to do normal things with son Archie. Translation, she can't be bothered. How do the other famous mothers in LA function? Meghan Markle wants to do normal mum things with her son Archie, but she believes it's impossible as she's too well known in the area. Meghan claims she's too well known to do normal things with her son, like going to mother and baby classes. It has been claimed. A friend told the Daily Mail that Meghan would like to attend the sessions a few times a week so Archie can be with other babies and develop his brain. They said, Meghan said Archie needs to learn emotional and social skills by being around other young children, something he can't do with adults. Social skills. Well, Meghan, if you would like your son to have more social skills, how about you interact with him? It sounds as though she's not really interacting with him that much. I don't really think that she knows what level Archie is actually on, considering her and Harry have been masterminding their Hollywood takeover since the beginning of lockdown. Well, longer than that, but they've really gone into overdrive during this time to perfect their world takeover. However, they say she doesn't believe it's possible as she's too famous. They added, Meghan said she would love to be a part of a Mummy and Me community, but knows this is impossible. even if there was no COVID, because of who she is. She said she's just too well known to do normal things. However, they said the Duchess does take advantage of chatting and meeting people virtually, although it doesn't have the same benefits as face-to-face meetings. Well, she's probably making all the effort to try and get on Zoom calls with A-listers, but she's evidently not Zoom calling Archie's actual blood relatives. He does have cousins. Kate has 3 young children. They could have interacted with Archie, but Meghan Crawley decided to take him away, and now she's moaning. If you notice the trend in Meghan's behaviour, whatever she gets, she's never happy. And the reality of it is that people have gone haywire on this, and they have basically called her out for her selfish behaviour. So a lady said if she would allow Harry and Archie to go back to the UK, he would have many children, cousins to play with. She wants her cake and to eat it too. She has no one to blame but herself. Her selfishness and self-centeredness is the cause of their problems. And I agree with this lady who wrote this. It's the truth. Meghan Markle is the foundational reason as to why Archie doesn't have any friends, why Archie's not getting the opportunity to interact with young children like himself or even other adults. Archie, being an only child, is going to have an extremely lonely childhood unless Meghan is generous enough to, word on the street is, hire another surrogate to have a baby or have a baby herself. He's going to suffer from one child syndrome and probably more than likely have abandonment issues. Baby Archie has moved how many times since he was born? He's gone from the UK to Vancouver, now he's in LA, they're in Tyler Perry's house, he spent 4 months there. He's had a very destabilized childhood, and that doesn't really make for a happy baby or a settled baby. If she wants him to develop, she needs to allow him to have at least something familiar or have familiar surroundings or familiar people. He's probably gone through about 5 or 6 nannies, I imagine. I wouldn't want to be baby Archie. I do feel very sorry for him. Someone else says, laugh my ass off, too famous. There are loads more famous people in LA than this cable TV actress who totally do normal things with plebs like us. And I believe them. There are a lot of A-listers and you do not see them complaining about their kids being lonely or not being able to do mothers and babies classes, social clubs. You don't see them saying these kind of lewd off-the-cuff statements. I think that this was probably put out there for attention, to stir the pot, fire up the critics, to get more headlines. Meghan Markle's all about headlines, whether they be good or bad. Someone else said, she sounds like she's dumping Archie now as well, just to make herself seem important. This does definitely come off as a struggle for her to bond. I simply think that she can't really interact with him, that's what it is. But she hasn't really given herself time. She's got 2 or 3 court cases going on. She's already sent baby Archie to war with Splash Media. He has a court case in his name. She's trying to essentially throw the royal family under the bus along with her own family, and the Daily Mail and the Mail Online and the Sun all at the same time. Of course she's gonna feel like, I think that baby Archie's just a regular degular normal baby. But if you don't spend any time with your child, you're going to think that there's something wrong with him. Meghan Markle, there's nothing wrong with your son. Someone else said, what do all the other Hollywood stars who are considerably more famous and talented do with their babies? She talks total cobblers. This is getting beyond funny, especially as it was said they don't want publicity. And that's true. Why are we getting minute-to-minute updates about your life, baby Archie? How you feel about him, his developmental stage, We shouldn't know anything. Nada. Squat. Someone else said, Meghan is so full of herself. It stinks to high heaven. But she's right. No one would want to be in the same stink as her. She's best left on her own. Well, she probably thinks that she's too good to hang around with the likes of Sierra, or I don't know, there's loads of celebrities now who are having babies or had babies. Even the Kardashians, you know, I'm sure that they would welcome her into their circle, but she probably thinks that she's better than them. And I know a lot of people don't like the Kardashians, but they do pop out kids every week. So they would be in the classes. She really needs to get off of her high horse, as this woman said. It's just too much. And the last one is too famous to do normal things. Oops, her head is swelling again and she can't get through the front door. She must have some bad dreams. And the last one is someone said she's just a choke full of herself. Well, there you have it, guys. Meghan Markle, self-centered, full of it, and not interacting with her son. Deary, deary me. Bye guys, I'll be back with another video.